Good morning. The countdown, it's 4 minutes, so I will be okay. My name is Giulio Mangano. I'm a partner of Barman Architects with Roberta Bartolone, that is on my right in the picture and in the audience there. We are a practice based in Venice, and our focus is mainly on temporary public buildings and installation and restoration and refurbishment projects. Since the beginning and in our everyday practice, we deal with the theme we are today called here to speak about, like the new together. And in every project, as architect, we approach is when we approach to a new building, we also come together with the limits of project we face, limits and opportunity done by the clients or the users of our buildings, and the scale of the city, and also this is one of the is a project for a temporary campus here in Venice. And that was done in 2017. And you see here a few pictures. And also the limit I was saying about the history of, we have to somehow be confronted with the history. And the new use of the architecture we make. Also, working with temporary architecture, it's something to do with the budget because and the time. Because from time to time we build for installation or a building that are standing for a small time, for a very little time, and the budget is always a constraint. This is, for instance, it's an installation we did close to Arsenale. And is done with the leftovers of the first boat show that was done here in Venice. Same thing is when we have to deal with the limit of the historical presence, and when we work in a historical building, there is usually the somehow the approach to a new use of a building instead of the historical uses. And of course, it's important to understand also how to make this giving back a life to these old buildings. I will scroll the images, and I will jump directly to the project we are presenting today at Casa Platform. That is basically, it's a project that started in 2018, and it's this one. This is a building that was installed in 2018, designed by TU Delft in Riva Sette Martiri, and there was a pavilion that was was programmed to stay there for 2 months, and after that was programmed to be dismantled and treated as a waste, basically. So according with the municipality of Corbola, which is a small municipality close to Rovigo in the south part of Veneto region, we decided somehow to adopt it and to transform into something else in order to give to this pavilion a new life. So basically, the needs of the municipality was to provide a space to host pieces from the local archaeological museum, and also providing an area for small events, for small cultural event of the city. We are speaking of the village, because basically we are speaking about 3,000 people living there. So we catalog all the pieces and redesign in collaboration with the municipality in order to give a new shape. So the pavilion was dismantled and moved by water and truck, and put again, and moved into this new plot, which was an abandoned plot in Corbola. And here you see the phases of the reconstruction. It's taking 2 minutes here. It took like 4 years to do this because it was starting in 2019 and it was ended last year. So this was the opportunity for us to establish a communication with some cultural institution in order to provide a new approach to this problem of the wasting material for temporary structure. And we started this program called MEPART in cooperation with the UAV University, and now we are partnering with other institutions here in the city. And I will leave you with these are the picture of the new pavilion. I will leave you with a video that explain a little bit more about the process.
Temporary international exhibitions are even more a solid reality. There have been lots of them all over the world from 2010 until nowadays. They create different polarities, which attracts people to new temporary structures, whenever those are simple installations or even pavilions. Usually, the life cycle of temporary structures goes from the preliminary idea to demolition. Which is the problem then? Temporary exhibitions produce tons of construction and demolition waste per year. Is recycle the best answer? Most of the time, recycling creates products of lower value than the original one. It isn't a closed-loop recycling, but we call it downcycling. The goal is to reuse materials of the original installation and to obtain manufacts of the same value or even more. That's upcycling. How can we make it? Thinking about the project in terms of reusable materials catalog. Professionals, before the installation is built, they produce a catalog and upload it in the MEPART website. By doing that, they enlarge available material database. Very important is providing opportunities for users and making it easy and accessible. Then a deal is made. The client explains the main interests and needs to local designers, and step by step the structure is modified in order to better respond to the environment. Thanks to an early communication of the available materials, the new site can be already chosen and the structure can be redesigned in advance. By doing this, there's no need to find a warehouse, and the transport involved in the storage process can be avoided. This process can be an opportunity to take advantage of these structures, so they could be the trigger for social cohesion and new activities in the city. It is definitely a big step towards the reduction of consumption and the making of a better future.
Thank you.